What's going on, you guys? Daydream here, back with another Minecraft Survival Series episode. We are on a pretty good streak recording these videos and putting them out. I don't remember the last time I really missed a day. I know I had a video that was late, but so far we're being consistent. I actually recorded. You're seeing this in a week from when I'm recording it. I recorded 2 videos yesterday, which you guys saw was the villager breeder and the iron farm, and today we are going to do our first automated farm, which is a automated melon and pumpkin farm, which will also include a bone meal farm, an automatic bone meal farm. So it's technically a 3-in-1, but we needed the iron farm to work first so we can get the materials for this. So without further ado, let's get started, because this farm is going to put us one up, because melon pumpkins are great for villager trading, which is probably going to be what's next on the channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so here we are in our survival series world. I almost got it, but a iron golem just fell. This farm is working perfectly day and night, and I did actually add a little bit over here. I just want to show you guys. I added some water over here because I saw the iron golems were kind of falling like on the edge of the blocks. So I decided I'm going to add a water source, flowing water with signs, so they just go straight into this and then they get, they die. But this farm has been phenomenal. You see, another one just fell once one died. Like, that's it. Same goes for our villager breeder. We got some villagers in there. It is just amazing. I'm so happy that we have these farms working already. We're on episode 8, and we have an iron farm. We have a villager breeder. Like, we are doing good for ourselves. And now we're about to have a melon pumpkin farm. And then after that, a little bit of a sneak peek, we're going to be doing a villager trading hall. I actually cleared out a big area over there already for it, but look how many villagers we have in here that are just waiting for us to use. So you're probably thinking, why would you need an automatic melon and pumpkin farm? So instead of me going over here and breaking every single melon and pumpkin for myself, it'll be automated by pistons and observers. And then there'll be a minecart with a rail on the bottom collecting everything. So we're not going to be making the biggest one at first, because we do have an iron farm, but it's not as big as I want it to be. So I don't have as much iron as I need, so I'm not going to go super duper crazy on it. And we actually need some wood too, so I'm going to get some wood. We'll probably chop down some wood. We'll put this here, and we'll go into here, and we'll get this wood, and we'll leave that because it just doesn't match our inventory. So what we're gonna do, we are going to go, actually we're not gonna make it in this area, we're gonna make it back by the sand village, and I'll explain why when we get there. Alright, so here we have our sand village, and we're gonna be making it here because it's going to be in our spawn chunks, and I'm going to have an entire episode explaining spawn chunks and what they're good for and what you should be putting in your spawn chunks, because if you know what they are and you know how to maximize what you're doing with them, spawn chunks are amazing. Because I'll quick rundown on them. If you put a farm like an iron farm or a automatic farm like the melon and pumpkin farm, you can actually have the farm just constantly running no matter where you are in your Minecraft world, as long as you're in the overworld. Other chunks that aren't in the spawn chunks, which is a certain area, those chunks unload when you get to a far enough area. But spawn chunks are the only chunks that are constantly always loaded in as long as you're in the overworld. So what we're going to do, we are going to make it somewhere close to here. So our spawn point was like right here, somewhere over here, and so I kind of want to make it, let's make it over here just for now, because we do have already a grassy area, so it'll be kind of easy. And yeah, so what you want to do first is clear out an entire area just like this, because, well, you need an area to plant crops, melon and pumpkins to be exact. So we're gonna Again, you can make this as big as you want or as small as you want. It's really up to you what you need. At first, we're going to make this pretty small, but as we get more iron, I'm actually going to extend this farm to be something huge, because I've made this farm plenty of times and I already know what I'm doing. So right here is, we'll have a small area right here. So what first you want to do, you want to go dig out an area for the water to keep the land fertile. So we'll have this over here. Let's get our other bucket out, and we'll actually just extend it all over here. So a trick to do so you don't actually lose any space is that you want to count 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And land will be fertile from water until this block. So this entire row right here is going to be fertile once we use a hoe on it. So what we can actually do is go 8 blocks from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on this block right here, we can actually put a water source and have the entire middle all fertile, and we won't need to put any extra water sources in the middle of the farm or blocking anywhere for us for a chance to actually lose the melon and pumpkins. So right here, I actually forgot to bring a hoe. I always forget to bring a hoe whenever we do a project one. So do we have something to make one with? We don't. I guess I'm gonna make a wood hoe for now, but you need a hoe, and once you get the hoe, we're going to make a chest quickly because I have so many things in my inventory and I need to get them out so I have space. So I'm going to get everything situated. I'm going to fertilize this land, and we're going to get into the farm and how it works. Alright, so now that we hoed all the land, as you can see, it's all becoming slowly, but it's all fertilized in the middle. So now what you need to do is take any block that you want. I'm going to use wood for now, but I'm probably going to end up changing it later on. But all you want to do is put a line of whatever block you want to cover up all the water so that you cannot see it. We're actually just going to convert all of this into planks. So you're going to do that. You're going to cover up all the water so you don't have any exposed water anywhere where the melon and pumpkins that get harvested can go. So now what you want to do is to start planting, and we're going to plant it in a specific way where they can actually grow faster, because there is a way to do it, much like with regular plants, how you can put them in kind of a scattering order, and they will and they'll actually just grow faster like that. It's same thing with melons and pumpkins. So right now what you can do is you put a melon seed there and then a pumpkin seed. You're gonna leave a space between, so melon and then pumpkin, and then up here melon, and you're gonna kind of do in a checkerboard. So and yeah, melon, pumpkin, melon, and we need some more pumpkin seeds. So we go pumpkin, melon, pumpkin, and you want to do it in a checkerboard just like this, because once you do that, and I keep on messing up just a little bit, it will actually make them grow faster, and that's like kind of the most efficient way to do it. Because I'm not gonna bone meal any of this. I'm gonna let it grow by itself. So I'm not sure what the seed is. This is a pumpkin seed. So melon, pumpkin, melon, pumpkin, melon, pumpkin. So yeah, this is the most efficient way to grow them, and you'll start to see while we build it that the seeds grow pretty fast. Like this is already growing just like that. So we're gonna put these seeds and the extra melons and pumpkins inside the chest, everything in the chest, so because we don't need it right now. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our observers, our piston, and actually we're gonna make the collection first, because that's kind of important, and that could come first while we let all of this grow. So collection happens actually underneath with mine carts and rails. So what I like to do, I like to have 2 sets of rails, one being 2 sets of hopper mine carts. So we're gonna make 2 hopper mine carts here. So we're gonna get 2 chests, we're gonna get 2 hoppers, and then make a hopper minecart for each. So what you have to do, you have to go down 1, and actually I like to do it with a trap door, because you can actually get into a crawling position, and it makes it so much easier to do everything when you're like that. So let's go make a quick trap door, just like this. We get 2 trap doors, and what you can do is go down here and you can put the trap door and put yourself in crouch. But first, before we go down there, also what I like to do is go to the other side of the farm and actually dig down here so we know where to stop digging. And I'll show you what I mean right now, right after I do this. I need to block that up and that up, but this is going to give us an indication that we've reached the other side and we don't need to dig anymore. So if we go into crouch, and we can just go down the line just like this and start breaking the blocks, and you see right there is the end, and we don't have to go any further. So then I go like this, and you want to dig out the entire bottom of this farm before, other than the water. So the entire bottom of it, underneath where the melon and where we just planted melon and pumpkin seeds, have to be empty. And you can do a simple minecart and rail system to collect everything and output it into a chest. So this is going to use a lot of hoppers. So if you don't have an iron farm, I suggest going to check out the video. I'll leave it linked down in the description, because that is very useful, because we're using a lot of hoppers for this. So right now what we're going to do, we're going to actually make some more chests and some more hoppers, because we need to, the starting of the circuit of the minecart rail system has to do with hoppers. So we're going to make it where the last one is right here, and here we're gonna have 1, 2, 3 hoppers leading into chests, and one of them are just going to be a full composting chest. So whatever goes into that chest, it's all going to be composted into melon and pumpkin seeds. So I need to go collect some more wood, so I'm going to go around here and kind of just take down some of these oak trees, because I have absolutely no wood. And I need to do just some tree farming while I'm not recording videos, because wood is very key to this entire world. And we'll probably end up making a wool farm later on. But I'm going to collect some wood, and I'm going to make some hoppers, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Alright, so before we make the system where the minecart and rail are going to actually go collect everything, we have to make the storage system, because that is what everything goes into. So the way we're going to do it to also make it where it automatically makes melon and pumpkin, where it automatically where it automatically puts, when the chests for melons and pumpkins are full, then you will get bone meal from it. And obviously if we make it bigger, we can have a dedicated chest just for bone meal, but this is how I'm going to do it. We're going to have a single chest right here, and then a double chest right over here, actually, just like this. We're going to have a hopper leading into here and a hopper leading, actually we're going to get rid of this chest first. Okay, we're going to have all the hoppers leading into this one right here, but the only difference here is at the bottom right here, we're going to dig down 2. We're going to have 2 chests here, 2 sets of double chests here that have hoppers, 4 hoppers leading into it, and these chests are what's going to be getting the melon and pumpkins. So I actually do need to make a little bit more hoppers. So let me get that, and then get more iron. So I'm going to make some more hoppers so I can show you. So you're going to put 4 hoppers right here. So now whenever there's a melon pumpkin that goes into here, it will automatically go down to these 2 chests at the bottom first. And then once these 2 chests are filled, these hoppers will fill. And then this hopper will fill, and everything that's not going into here will go into here. Now with this chest right here, what you want to do is actually block this back up, because you don't want that to go down. So what we're going to do, we're going to place another hopper going down, And then from there, this is where you're going to place your composter. And then underneath the composter, you're going to put another hopper that leads into another chest. So obviously, if you may want to make this higher up, or you want to make a staircase down, but right here is where you're going to put your chest for bone meal, because whatever goes into here, it'll go straight into the composter and it will turn itself into bone meal. So we actually need to make ourselves a staircase that goes into here, because I didn't do that. I kind of made it in a very weird place. I'm not sure why I did that, but I did. We're going to cover this up over here, so there's nowhere to go. We're going to leave this open. Okay, so now that that's all, now we have the storage figured out. Now what we can do is get some hoppers once again, and we're going to go down this entire line, this entire area where the crops will be planted. We're going to put that first row with hoppers. Actually, we're going to put the first 2 rows with hoppers. So we know that we have enough. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to go 8, 16. We're going to have 16 hoppers total just for the minecarts. So that's going to be, so I need 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more hoppers than I have right now. So let's go make 12. We're going to go 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfection. And now from here, we're just going to go, you can do your first row. I like doing the first 2 rows just in case it doesn't go into it. So here we can have it just lead straight into these, just like this. And you need to get out first, and then we put it into here. And I want to get around it and put this hopper going straight into here, and let us put the water back into there. So now we have our first set of hoppers. Now it's time to place all of the rails. So I found from testing in my creative test world that you can place 6 or 7, if you really want to push it, regular rails between 1 powered rail. So I'm going to demonstrate what that means, because it's a very simple solution. So what you can do, let's say, so first what you want to do, you want to figure out where your 2 rails are going to be. So since this is 8 long, we could have 1 hopper minecart 4 and the other 4. So what we're going to do first, we're going to make a simple railing just like this, just to differentiate the 2 rails. So we're going to start with the first one. So right here, we are going to place a redstone block to power the powered rail, and you can put, again, 6 rails, but in our case, since I didn't make this long enough yet, we can actually just make a turn and put another powered rail right here, and just go around like this. And you actually want to put this rail, ooh, that's going to break all the rails. I always do that when I'm making these farms. I always by mistake break the wrong block, and that's what happens. So just be careful when you're making this. You may want to make the rails first, you want to make it second, it's up to you. I like to do it kind of last, but now all of our rails are inside here, or even, no, that's it, that's all that fell. Well, I'm going to sleep in the night, and I showed you guys how to put the rails. You can put, depending on how long, you can put 6 normal rails between 1 power rail, between each power rail, to really conserve the amount of materials that you want to use in this. So that's what I suggest doing. That's what I'm personally going to do. I'm going to put 6 power rails between each, because that is what works. I don't want to really spend that much gold, because we do not have a gold farm yet, but that's probably going to be really soon. At the rate that this series is going, in the sense of like, oh, we have a bunch of videos made, and we are not planning on stopping it. We have a lot of videos, and we're just going through this really quickly. So here's our first rail. I'm pretty much going to copy this directly onto this side. So if you're wondering, yeah, that's literally all I'm doing. I'm just going to copy it. So the same thing right here, another redstone block, and we're just going to go all around. Nope, you don't go there, and you don't go there. Here, And right here, we're going to do the same thing. So once you do this, you can actually just place your mine carts onto it and let it go. And now it's time for the collection of everything. I mean, how it's going to actually be automatic. Because you might look at it and seem like, oh, you know, yeah, it could be automatic, but you don't really know how to place it or how to do it. And as you can see, by the way, already a melon has been there, has grown. So it does really work efficiently. So we're gonna let this go for now. We're gonna let this one go too, so they can start their roots. And right now, I'm just going to put a bunch of blocks over it and right here, so we don't by mistake block the rails for any reason. And now it's time for these, and I should have waited, so I'm gonna actually stop each of these. I don't know why I decided that I'm gonna do it before I did the last part. So we're gonna stop each of these rails just like that, and we'll leave them there. So now what we're going to do is the collection, which is where the pistons and the observers come into play. So let's take these and let's get started. Okay, so the way you want to start this is you want to put an observer on top of every stem. So every stem gets its own observer so that the observer can detect whenever the melon or pumpkin grows. So the observer actually detects whenever there's a state change, and you want to put the pistons facing down like that. You can just look at the top corner like that, and the piston faces down. So the observer actually detects when the stem even grows one state. So let's say this grows once, the observer will actually go off and see that change. So that's what we're pretty much going to do, because once a melon or a pumpkin grows, the stem actually bends a little bit, and the observer detects that as a block change, and it will actually fire the pistons. And in order for the pistons to be fired, you just got to put a piece of redstone dust on each observer, and that's it. And you saw there that this stem grew a little more, and that observer went off actually the exact time that we put the piston, which is the redstone, which is really funny. So I'm going to go through this and place all of them, and as you can see here, it is once you put the redstone, it will start breaking it even though there's nothing there. So I'm going to put everything in, put all these pistons in. What I tend to do is when I have the observers down the pistons, I do the 3 pistons just like this. So we got one here and then one here. It kind of speeds up the process a little bit. I like to go one row at a time. I feel like it's kind of easier to do, but of course you can do whatever you think is easier too. How am I going to get this piston in? I'm going to get in just like this. So yeah, do whatever's easier for you, obviously. I personally do it like this, and I found it really easy. I got a hang of it because I made a huge one on the server I'm in with my friends, and a pretty decent sized one in the last season of this. So yeah, I've kind of got a hang of it, and kind of gotten used to how this works and how to do it. So I'm going to continue placing these pistons, and I'll see you guys when we are done and ready to show it off, because I'm almost done with it. But you guys don't need to watch me go ahead and put everything in like fully. So I'll see you guys when the farm is fully functional. Alright, so I placed down all the pistons, all the observers, and now it actually started to detect some and actually break. As you can see, there's some melon slices right there that are just sitting there idle. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna break into here, and we are going to push the mine carts and let them free to go collect all of our items for us. And I'm actually gonna show you whenever the items are collected, they go straight into this chest first, and of course once it's ready, the other chests. So you can make this as long as you want. You can put, obviously do it however you'd like. I started it off a little bit short, and I'm going to continue building it once I get more redstone, because I do have other redstone projects that I want to do. Also, what you want to do is cover the side right here so that no spiders can maybe crawl in there or anything, just in case. I like doing that. I like covering all sides. I usually make it out of glass, so I'm probably going to smelt up glass and replace all of these blocks, the wood and the dirt, with glass. But with that out of the way, this farm is actually done now. Like, we have a fully functioning melon and pumpkin farm that I am looking forward to using. Like, look at this. Look at these crops. It's beautiful. I need to take a screenshot for the thumbnail, so why not do it now? But it's great. We're gonna have melons and pumpkins, and this is gonna be working in the background, and I'm pretty sure that our iron farm is actually working in the background as we're over here. So, which is an awesome thing. I'm probably gonna make another portal to come over here to our spawn area, so we don't really have to worry about like running back and forth. But with that out of the way, we're done. That's it. The farm is done. Everything is done, and that is going to be it for this episode. I know I'm doing a lot of farms right now. I just want to get these out of the way so we can work on building and other farms and the Wither and the Ender Dragon and going into the Nether and getting all the ores and exploring the Nether. But I really appreciate all of you watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the series as much as I am. I'm having a lot of fun starting new and doing all of this, and we're going to get into some crazy stuff in the future. So I thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget, join the Discord, link is in the description, and also Patreon. If you support me on Patreon, you get all the videos a day before they come out on YouTube. So go check it out. Link will also be down in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night, everybody.